All right, the Cleveland Browns tried to keep something under wraps.
They tried to keep it quiet, like nobody would notice.
But man, it blew up fast.
In the last 48 hours, everything changed. Myles Garrett and Jeudy. Yeah, those two. They may have accidentally blown the lid off a secret plan that's been brewing behind closed doors.
And this isn't some conspiracy theory. This is real. This is happening. A plan that could flip the entire AFC on its head, and I'm telling you right now, could put rookie quarterback Shedeur under center this week against the Miami Dolphins. Now, the coaching staff is out there doing damage control.
Trying to play it cool, trying to deny that anything's going on.
But trust me, there's a quiet storm building in Cleveland right now. Because from what I've heard, players inside that locker room are already picking sides.
Once you start putting the puzzle pieces together, the leaked practice footage,
Myles Garrett's weird little smile in an interview, Jeudy's slip up on social media, and a sneaky power move from the front office, it all starts to make sense. This isn't speculation anymore.
This is a quarterback takeover in progress. The Browns came into this season thinking they had everything figured out at quarterback.
They really believed the plan was stable.
But you and I both know how fast things change in this league.
The offense sputtered.
The passing game fell flat.
The locker room got tense. And suddenly, this team built on elite defense and smash-mouth football started to crack under pressure. And in the middle of all that chaos, a rookie stepped up. And here I am, trying to do my best to gather all the information I can for you and share it with you.
Please leave your likes and comments, and I would be grateful if you subscribed.
Let's continue. Training camp day 1, Shedeur. You start hearing whispers.
He's getting first-team defensive reps. It's not a full promotion, not yet, but it's different.
He's working with the second-team offense, going against the first-team defense.
That's no accident. That's a test.
4 reps, small sample size, but it told you everything. 1 incompletion, 2 clean completions, 1 scramble that showed that confidence you can't teach. 2 for 3, small body of work, but the vibe around him? It shifted instantly. The coaches can say whatever they want, but that was a major milestone. Now publicly, they're saying everything's fine. No controversy here, they say.
We're sticking with our plan. But insiders started leaking the truth.
Tired of boring phone cases? Here's your chance. My Etsy shop is packed with exclusive designs that let you show off your team pride in style. And the best part, you'll unlock discounts when you hit favorite, more savings when you add to cart, and even surprise discounts on your second purchase.
Don't wait. Click the link in the description and grab your favorite now.
Players have been frustrated for weeks. Meetings got heated. Play calling got safe. You can feel when a team's confidence in its quarterback starts to fade, and it happened fast. But here's the thing. Nobody saw coming. When frustration grows in the NFL, guys start looking for leadership. And whether the front office likes it or not, Shedeur is becoming that leader in Cleveland. It started small. Teammates noticed his composure, his preparation, the way he speaks up in meetings, not cocky but direct. Then they saw that arm talent, the timing,
the command. And then something started spreading through that locker room like wildfire.
Guys started asking quietly, what if Shedeur gives us the best chance to win right now? At first, everyone laughed.
He's a rookie.
That's crazy talk. But then, practices started to change.
The vibe changed. And that's when players like Myles Garrett and Jeudy started acting a little different.
That's when this stopped being rumor and started feeling like a movement. When the Browns drafted Shedeur, the critics lined up fast. They said he held the ball too long.
They said he wasn't ready for the NFL speed.
They said he was just a name, just hype. That he needed a full year on the bench before even thinking about touching the field.
But the Browns didn't draft him for later.
They drafted him for right now. From day 1, Shedeur didn't walk in like a rookie. He walked in like a franchise quarterback.
He didn't sit back and nod along in meetings. He questioned things. He offered input.
He challenged concepts. And that confidence, it spread. The offensive line respected him because he owned his mistakes.
The receivers trusted him because the ball placement was surgical.
And before you knew it, the question wasn't if Shedeur was going to be QB1. It was when. And then came the Garrett moment. Myles Garrett sits down for a harmless midweek interview, supposed to talk about defensive adjustments and team chemistry.
Everything's fine, right?
Until a reporter casually brings up the offense.
Garrett pauses, grins, and says, We've got some new energy out there. Feels like we're seeing a different type of confidence this week. Man, that one sentence set the internet on fire.
He didn't say Shedeur's name. He didn't have to.
Fans knew. Analysts knew.
Within minutes, clips started circulating. Slow-mo replays of the smirk, the eye contact, the tone.
Fans were dissecting it like it was the Zapruder film.
And then, the next bomb dropped. Jeudy went live on Instagram. Just chilling in the locker room. Music in the background. Casual vibe. Fans start spamming the chat. Who throws a better ball?
Who's QB1? He laughs it off at first. Then he slips. He smiles and says, "Man, y'all gonna see soon enough." Boom. Clip saved.
Stream deleted minutes later, but it was too late. Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. Everyone had it. 6 seconds that confirmed everything. Because here's what people didn't know. Jeudy and Shedeur had already been staying late after practice, running red zone routes, working in silence. No coaches, no media, just chemistry building behind closed doors.
So yeah, Jerry knew what he was saying. It wasn't an accident. It was a warning. The Browns panicked. They shut down practice access.
Reporters got pushed out.
Media sessions got shortened.
But leaks only got worse. Reporters started confirming that Shedeur was quietly taking first-team reps, not in development drills, but in red zone and 2-minute situations. That's not learning. That's preparing. By the time head coach Kevin Stefanski finally faced the media, it was already too late.
Reporters asked straight up, is Shedeur getting first-team reps?
Stefanski's response?
There is no quarterback controversy here. Translation, there absolutely is.
His body language said everything. Defensive, cornered, frustrated. It didn't look like a coach making a decision. It looked like a coach reacting to one, and that's when everyone started asking the real question. If Stefanski's not driving this, who is? And that's when we started hearing the same name, Jimmy Haslam.
The owner.
The man who wants 2 things, wins and relevance. And that's where everything clicks. This isn't just football anymore. This is business. Haslam knows what Shedeur brings. Not just talent, but attention.
Jersey sales, ratings, national media.
The moment he was drafted, Cleveland's profile exploded. Suddenly, the Browns mattered again.
That's not coincidence.
That's leverage. And Haslam, he's using it. This entire quarterback shift, this push for Shedeur, it's not coming from the bottom. It's coming from the top. And from what I'm hearing, it's being called exactly what it is. A strategic takeover. Stefanski isn't steering the ship anymore. He's holding on. The front office and ownership are quietly moving the franchise in a new direction. And Deion Sanders? Yeah, don't think he's just sitting this out. He's been in Cleveland multiple times. Officially, he's there to support his son.
Unofficially, conversations are happening.
Influence is being used. And now, we've reached the turning point. The Browns didn't pick the Dolphins game by accident.
They picked it because it's the perfect test.
You can't hide behind safe play calling when you face Miami. You need a quarterback who can go blow for blow with an offense that explosive. This is the moment to see if Shedeur is that guy. And then came the final piece of evidence. Cameras caught a short exchange at practice between Jeudy and Myles Garrett.
Jeudy walks by and says, he's starting Sunday.
They just don't want to say it yet. Garrett doesn't even blink. He just nods and says, then we better be ready. That clip?
Deleted immediately.
But not before fans saved it and blasted it everywhere.
But, and this is where it gets complicated.
Some people around the league actually sympathize with Stefanski. They say he's been trapped in an impossible situation. From the very night of the draft, Haslam reportedly made it clear, Sanders is the future, no questions asked. And that stripped Stefanski of control.
He lost his authority over the roster.
The hierarchy flipped. Coaches couldn't make football decisions anymore. Ownership dictated them. That's a nightmare for any coach. So after months of trying diplomacy, private meetings, compromise, Stefanski finally went nuclear. It's like watching a man who knows he's already lost the war, but he's gonna go down swinging. Now from Sanders' perspective, this is devastating. The kid came to Cleveland wanting to compete, wanting to prove himself, wanting to show the world he could lead a franchise. Instead, he's walked into a civil war. A coaching staff that never wanted him.
An owner forcing his hand.
A locker room leaking like a faucet. And now his coach is allegedly using private conflicts as ammo in a media war. Sources close to Shedeur say he's crushed, not just disappointed, but genuinely betrayed. One person put it perfectly. He came here to win and to grow.
Instead, he's dealing with high school drama from grown men who should know better. And honestly, that's exactly what this feels like. High school drama. Which is tragic, because both quarterbacks have actually been performing really well.
Gabriel's been sharp, disciplined, efficient, completing over 70% of his throws against the starting defense.
The coaching staff loves his consistency, his footwork, his command of the system.
He's the prototypical coach's guy. But Sanders, his ceiling is insane. The arm strength, the deep ball accuracy, the improvisational magic, you can't teach that. He's raw at times, sure, especially with protection reads.
But he's got that it factor.
He thrives in chaos.
And through all this nonsense, he's stayed calm, focused, and composed.
That alone says a lot about his maturity. He's handled dysfunction better than the adults running the team. But talent doesn't matter when your organization's on fire. And right now, the Browns are burning from the inside out.
Word is, Sanders' camp is already quietly exploring options, trade scenarios, potential destinations, anything to escape this madness if things don't change soon.
Imagine that, losing a generational talent before he even gets a fair shot.
Classic Cleveland, right?
And the fallout is bigger than just the Browns.
Other teams are watching this like hawks.
Coaches across the league are now rethinking how they handle internal conflicts and media leaks. The Players Association is apparently even monitoring the situation, considering if league intervention might be necessary to protect player privacy. Because if a coach can just weaponize locker room info, then what does that say about leadership in this league? Meanwhile, the fan base is tearing itself apart. Gabriel supporters say Sanders is entitled, immature, and that Stefanski was just exposing the truth. Sanders fans say Stefanski's a snake, and the entire staff is corrupt. It's ugly, it's divisive, and it mirrors the entire organization's chaos from top to bottom. And let's talk ownership, because Haslam's silence is deafening.
Sources say he's furious behind the scenes.
He sees the leak as a direct challenge to his authority, a public mutiny. This is years of tension exploding between two philosophies. Haslam's hands-on meddling versus Stefanski's belief in football autonomy.
The general manager, Andrew Berry, is stuck in the middle, trying to keep the peace while the building burns around him. And the long-term damage? It's brutal.
Agents are already telling free agents to stay away from Cleveland. Doesn't matter how talented the roster is. Nobody wants to join a circus. Because right now, this isn't just a team. It's a cautionary tale.
You've got an elite defense, a loaded roster, and somehow, before week 1 even kicks off, it's all unraveling. Opposing teams smell blood. Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. They're watching this unfold and licking their chops.
Because they know what chaos does.
They know instability kills teams before they even take the field.
And Cleveland's showing all the signs. Every practice is under a microscope now. National media parked outside the facility.
Reporters sniffing for drama.
YouTube channels, yeah, like this one, breaking down body language frame by frame. TikTok, Reddit, Twitter. Everyone's feeding off the dysfunction. It's not football coverage anymore. It's a soap opera. And Cleveland's the main character. So where does this go from here? A few options, none of them good. Stefanski could be fired immediately to restore some sense of trust, but that wrecks continuity.
Sanders could be traded, but that's admitting a colossal mistake.
Or Haslam could finally take a step back, but that's not exactly his track record.
Whatever they do, it's going to hurt.
There's no easy fix, because this isn't just about a leak. It's about leadership.
It's about accountability.
It's about the sacred bond that's supposed to exist between a coach and his players. And once that's broken, you don't just fix it with a press conference or a closed-door meeting.
You rebuild it from the ground up, if you can. And here I am, trying to do my best to gather all the information I can for you and share it with you.
Please leave your likes and comments, and I would be grateful if you subscribed. Let's continue. And right now, Cleveland's facing a reckoning.
Stefanski's career might be hanging by a thread. Shedeur Sanders might already have one foot out the door. Dylan Gabriel's stuck in the middle of a political war he didn't start.
Haslam's credibility is tanking.
And the fan base, once hopeful, is watching another dream season slip away. One fan said it best online. We're not just losing games.
We're losing Shedeur Sanders.
And if Stefanski really leaked this, he should be fired today. That's where we are. Another chapter in Cleveland's long history of dysfunction. But this time, it feels different. It feels final, because this isn't just a quarterback battle anymore. It's an identity crisis. The Browns aren't just losing control of a season, they're losing control of who they are as an organization.
And unless someone in that building steps up, takes responsibility, and restores order, this entire thing might collapse before the first whistle of the regular season.